Today, we are taking a look at Kakashi Hatake from Naruto Shippuden. This is the Hatake Kakashi Two figure in the Grandista line by Banpresto. Naruto Shippuden is an action series centered on ninja, dangerous missions, long conflicts, and the bonds formed between its characters. Within that story, Kakashi is a highly skilled ninja and mentor. His calm judgment and tactical ability make him an important presence throughout the series. His experience as an Anbu operative also represents a significant part of his past. Today's highlights are Kakashi's calm and sharp gaze, the carefully recreated Anbu outfit, and the dynamic pose that makes him look ready to attack. The first highlight is Kakashi's gaze. Both eyes are narrowed and directed toward the same point. The red Sharingan and the vertical scar immediately draw attention to one side of the face. The dark gray mask covers the lower half of the face, while the front hair falls close to the eyes. Together, these details create a controlled expression with a strong sense of tension. The second highlight is the Anbu outfit. The dark gray inner layer is covered by light gray body armor. The shoulder straps, upper arm bandage, forearm guards, gloves, and metal plates are all clearly separated. The red Anbu mark on the exposed upper arm and the sword sheath across the back add recognizable details to both the front and rear views. The third highlight is the pose. Kakashi lowers his body, spreads his legs widely, and twists his torso. The arm holding the sword is drawn behind him. His other arm reaches toward the floor with all 5 fingers spread. The blade extends behind his body and makes him look only a moment away from beginning his attack. This channel brings you figure reviews and anime merchandise updates straight from Japan. If you enjoyed this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe. The head is built around a calm but focused expression. The lower half of the face is covered by a dark gray mask. Its upper edge rises over the bridge of the nose and slopes down toward the cheeks. A raised line continues from the nose toward the chin, giving the covered area a clear shape. Because the mouth and jaw are hidden, most of the expression is concentrated around the eyes. Both eyes are narrowed and directed toward the same point. One eye contains the red Sharingan, with a dark pattern inside the iris. A vertical scar begins beneath the front hair, crosses the eyelid, and continues below the eye until it reaches the upper edge of the mask. The other eye has a dark gray iris. A strong upper eyelid line gives it the same sharp focus as the Sharingan. The height and direction of the eyes create a controlled expression, while the red eye and scar form the point of attention. The pale silver gray hair frames the face with many pointed sections. Thick bangs fall across the forehead, and the longer pieces near the center reach toward the scar and Sharingan without covering the eyes. Shorter sections overlap around the sides of the face and above the ears. At the top and back, the hair spreads upward, sideways, and slightly downward. Shorter pieces gather near the top, while longer pieces widen the outer shape. Shallow lines run through many sections from the thicker base to the pointed end. The narrow eyes, scar, mask, and layered hair give the head a concentrated appearance. The upper body is built around a twist from the waist. The face turns toward the front, while the chest and back follow a diagonal line. The sword arm is drawn behind the body. A dark gray high-neck inner layer covers the neck and torso. The face mask meets this raised section closely. Light gray sleeveless Anbu armor sits over it and creates a clear layered change. The upper edge of the armor curves around the chest and has two raised lines. Wide straps pass over the shoulders and connect with rectangular sections near the chest. They continue toward the back and overlap the armor. The front rounds over the chest, then narrows toward the waist. Folds follow the twist across the abdomen. The lower edge becomes a thick raised band with small rectangular sections above it. The open shoulders reveal the upper arms. One carries the red Anbu mark, while the other has a light-colored bandage divided by horizontal lines. Dark gray sleeves continue toward the wrists, with folds around the elbows. Long light gray guards sit over both forearms and are held by narrow bands. Both hands wear dark gray gloves with silver plates on the backs. The lowered hand reaches toward the floor with all 5 fingers spread. The other hand grips the sword handle. Gray-green wrapping runs along the handle, with purple diamond-shaped sections and a lighter band near the blade. The silver blade extends behind the body. A dark gray sword sheath crosses the back at another angle and is secured by a silver fitting. The lower body continues from the armor into dark gray pants. A dividing line runs down from the waist and separates toward the legs. The fabric follows the deep bend and wide spread of the pose. Around the hips, folds move diagonally outward and show the turn of the waist. One leg is bent deeply, causing the pants to compress around the thigh and knee. Folds gather across the front and inner knee before continuing toward the lower leg. The other leg extends outward and creates a longer surface across the thigh. Smaller diagonal folds lead toward the knee. Lines on the pants change direction as the legs bend. A light-colored bandage is wrapped around one thigh over the dark gray pants. Narrow horizontal lines divide it into layers. The raised edges separate it from the darker fabric and create a broad light section across the leg. Below the knees, the pants narrow and change into gray lower leg coverings. Thick bands circle the shins in raised layers with tighter spacing near the ankles. Small folds appear between the bands and sandals. The ninja sandals cover the heels and upper surfaces of the feet while leaving the toes open. A line runs from each ankle toward the opening. Wide side bands overlap the sandal sections and create raised boundaries. 5 toes are separated at the open ends. The legs spread in different directions, with one knee deeply bent and the other forming a longer diagonal line. The pants folds, thigh bandage, lower leg coverings, and sandals follow the pose. This figure is approximately 20 centimeters tall, that is about 7.9 inches. For size comparison, here's a 350 milliliter can, that's about 12 ounces in the US. Overall, Kakashi Hatake by Banpresto stands out because this figure combines his calm expression, pale silver-gray hair, detailed Anbu outfit, and low combat pose in one continuous presentation. The face leaves a controlled first impression. Both eyes are narrowed and directed toward the same point, while the red Sharingan and the vertical scar create the strongest detail around the face. The dark gray mask covers the lower half of the face, so the eyes remain the main source of expression. The hair strengthens that presentation very effectively. Thick bangs fall across the forehead, and the longer sections near the center reach toward the scar and Sharingan without hiding the eyes. Shorter sections overlap around the sides of the face and above the ears. At the top and back, the hair spreads outward in several pointed layers, which gives the turned head a wide and recognizable outline. The upper body works well because the Anbu outfit and the pose support each other closely. The torso twists, while the sword arm is drawn behind the body, and the other arm reaches toward the floor with all 5 fingers spread. The dark gray inner layer sits beneath the light gray torso armor, and the shoulder straps, upper arm bandage, forearm guards, gloves, and silver hand plates remain clearly separated. The red Anbu mark adds a strong accent to the exposed upper arm, while the dark gray sword sheath crosses the back and is held in place by a silver fitting. The sword equipment also adds a clear sense of movement. The handle includes gray-green wrapping, repeated purple sections, and a lighter band close to the blade. The silver blade extends behind the figure at a different angle from the sheath, so the rear view gains another long line that follows the direction of the pose. The lower body continues that movement through the widely spread legs. One knee is bent deeply, while the other leg extends outward and creates a longer diagonal line. The folds in the dark gray pants follow the turn of the hips and the compression around the knees. A broad light-colored bandage wraps around one thigh, while layered coverings circle the lower legs before meeting the open-toe ninja sandals. What makes the figure especially effective is the way all of these elements connect. The eye can move from the Sharingan to the red Anbu mark, across the twisted torso and then toward the sword hand and extended blade without feeling interrupted. Because of that, fans of Naruto Shippuden or Kakashi Hatake will likely enjoy this piece very much. Collectors who like Anbu outfits, sword-ready action poses, and highly recognizable character details should find it a very satisfying addition. That's it for this video. If there's any part of the figure you liked, feel free to leave a comment and share your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.